Okay, so we're back. We're still on lesson 8 of the 2015 Adobe Illustrator Classroom in a book. And we're on page 226 and we're formatting type. So let's jump over to L8 end. And remember how we started and there's that dialog box saying, whoa, whoa, we don't have these fonts. What do you want me to do with them? And, we didn't have them, so we just hit cancel because we're going to play around. It's formatting type. So we have very specific fonts we want to add, and we need to add them. So we're going to go double click on this threaded type area, and we're going to do a Command A to select all of our fonts, everything. And we want to change it into something new. So in our control panel, you can sit there and click on different fonts and it adds and changes them. And I'll have different fonts than you because I like to download them. And if you went to the lecture that we had in class the other day that we kind of talked about downloading fonts, and there's a whole bunch of different ones. But Adobe uses Typekit, typekit.com, and it's how we can add different fonts. So you can go, so if you have Adobe CC on your own home computer, you would use Typekit. If you don't have Adobe CC, let's say you're using CS6, or if you're using a lab computer, you don't have access to this, you're going to have to find a close font. So we'll talk about which ones we found were close. So if I pull this open, if I go up here, I can click Add Fonts from Typekit. So I'm just going to select that. See my web browser is pulling it up. Alright, so it opens up Typekit. So there's a whole bunch of different options. So let's click sans serif, and this helps us narrow down fonts that we like, and you can kind of click and drag and figure out which one you want. We're going to look for Adele Sans, and it's not really showing up. I'm going to sort by name. Right here, Adele Sans. So we're going to click on this font. It's going to open up another page, and you should be connected to the internet for this. So we're looking for Adele Sans Regular. Actually, let's go back. We should be able just to click here. Now I'm logged in. And I think I just have to sync all of them. So you're just going to click sync for all the Adele Sans. And while we're at it, we're going to look at Copal. So I'm just going to go in the search tool and type in Copal. And here we go. click on it. And let's just sync all of them. Awesome. So, the next is we're going to open up Illustrator. Shouldn't have Photoshop open. I'm not using it right now. So in our drop down, here in Adobe Illustrator, actually if I go to Filter TK, it should filter all of my type kits. So we are going to look up Adele, and we want Adele Sans Regular. And we've changed our font. Click Add Fonts from Typekit. Oh, that just pulls it open again. So it's still giving me a pink hover. So I think it's taking a while to sync all these fonts into the computer. So let's see what. So it's taking some time to sync everything. I'm going to pull up my Creative Cloud. So I just need to sync fonts from Typekit. It wants me to update. So if I type in Adele Sans, yeah, so they should be there. Same thing with Copal. So they're synced. So let's go here. Maybe it's taking a lot longer than I expected. But basically you want Adele Sans, yep, Creative Cloud 7 fonts were added. So it took some time, but we can pull up, we want Adele Sans Regular for all of this type. Cool. Now, we want to go up to where it says Buzz Soda. over here. We want soda. We want the soda to be in Adele Sans bold. Now, if you don't have Adele Sans, I would say Gill Sans is a close one to it. But you should use Adele Sans. So we'll make it to Adele Sans bold. And we want that buzz, all caps. We want it to be Copal outline. So I can kind of go in here and I can just start typing it, and there it goes. And we have Buzz Soda right there. So we're going to change the font size from Buzz, and we're going to take it to 72. So it's nice and big, and since it's point type, it's shifted everything. Because we didn't make this an area type, it's point type, it just shifted everything. So we're going to actually take soda into that second line. And you know what? Let's make this buzz bigger. Now we can only go up to 72 in this drop box, so we're going to highlight, click 88, tab out to make it slightly bigger. And we want this soda to end up being 72. So we have Buzz Soda. And we're going to change the font color of soda just like how we did in our color. So we're going to change the stroke. We're going to give it a stroke. And we're going to change that color to be Buzz Brown. And that's going to be this color here. We're going to increase the stroke size to 2. We're going to change that fill to gold. So let's kind of zoom out, go into our layers, open up poster heading, and we're just kind of resize the Buzz Soda right there. So we're going to do a Command S, and we're going to stop this video, and the next video is going to be about character formatting, paragraphs, and all sorts of fun stuff. So this video is going to be over, and I'll see you in the next one. And play around with Typekit too on your own time. There's a lot of cool fonts that are exclusive only to Adobe users. So it is kind of capturing the market up, but it's just very exclusive. A little fancy because you do pay this money each month to Adobe.